getting photographed for Argent is kind of a work win. That's really fun because I don't get to do this sort of thing all the time, like glam, hot suit. Hi, I'm Jessica Yellin, and I'm on set with Argent Work Friends. I'm the founder of News Not Noise, an online media platform that gives you information without a panic attack. I left legacy media to found an independent digital media brand so that I could give regular folks news that's not sensationalized, that really breaks down for you what matters and what you can ignore.
So Jessica, what were your earliest career aspirations and how are they different or not so different from what you're doing today?
Well, when I was really young, I wanted to be a novelist like Jackie Collins or a fashion designer, but I was always interested in pop culture. When I got older, I got very interested in politics, and somehow those two things merged by going into the media covering politics. I was the chief White House correspondent covering the Obama White House, and then I left, and dubious distinction, I became the first person to start recording short videos explaining the news directly to camera on social media.
Do you remember the first time you felt really proud of the work that you were doing?
I actually remember a story I did in local news where I was asked to come to the home of a family who had just lost their son right after graduation. And there's a really interesting dynamic you have when you're in the media and you're meeting with people in intimate situations, and you have this deep responsibility to carry their story to the public. And I've interviewed presidents, heads of state, broken major news stories, been on the biggest platforms on earth, but none of that is more important than telling one human's personal life story in a deep and intimate way that makes their family proud.
Can you recall the last work win that you might have celebrated?
It is an obligation of the press, not just to break news, but to explain the important stories in our lives in ways that inspires people to take action or empowers them to take action. I'll tell you, one of my most proud achievements is that in the 2020 cycle, 30,000 people told me that they voted and hadn't voted before because of News Not Noise. Another 330,000 people told me they took a voting-related action, like volunteering, getting their friends out to vote, signing people up, registering, explaining the ballot. That is the point of news.
What is your favorite piece of work advice?
I told people from day one I wanted to be White House correspondent. And they would say, that's cool, but we're in Tampa right now, so that's not going to happen. But when I got to network news, I'd say it again, I want to be White House correspondent. And they'd say to me, that's cool, but you're covering Martha Stewart going to jail. That's no problem. I gave it my all. One day, eventually, those same people called me up and said, we have a sudden vacancy at the White House. We need you to get there tomorrow. So it's important to let people know what you want and then do the work they ask you to do.
What is one thing we will always find on your desk?
At all times, when I was on the campaign trail too, would travel with a hot, a cold, and a water. I don't know why, but if I don't have those three things, my brain doesn't work.
Tell me about your work friends. Can you describe them to me?
Yes. My work friends are crucial to my everyday. I've cultivated sort of a kitchen cabinet of people who are former newspaper writers, former producers, business people, just friends that I can just bounce ideas off of and say, what do you think of this? And they have been amazing. Some of them will edit my stuff. Some of them will just pick up, answer a text day or night. They also give me moral support. One of the things I need more than anything is people to say to me when I call them up, I'm like, I'm getting bombed with all these people who are angry about something. And they'll say to me, like, put down the phone and don't answer the comments.
How would you describe your own approach to workwear?
I love like sharp tailored things and feminine but powerful lines, sort of like a broad shoulder and a narrow waist. So it's like what I love to look at projects sort of femininity and power together. But sometimes that's very hard to wear while you're sitting at a desk chasing people down the halls of Congress or in the sweltering heat of DC. There's like a good combo pack where you can be super dressed down and casual for work when you need to be, and then, power suited up in those big moments where you want to look like that diva boss lady.
Fitted or oversized?
Fitted.
Dress up or dress down?
Dress up.
Fully suited or mixed separates?
Ooh, mixed separates.
Slow mornings or out the door ASAP?
Out the door ASAP.
Inbox 0 or inbox chaos?
Chaos times 1,000.
Pitch or be pitched?
I'm a pitch and be pitched person.
Mondays or Fridays?
Fridays.
how do you sign off an email? What do you typically write?
XOXOJ.